Good. Testing. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Actually, hang on. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody who might be watching this later. I know there's some of you that like to watch it later. So, let me see here. Hang on. Let me make sure this is actually in focus well enough. Back that up just a little bit. That should be good. Trying to get the lighting decent here. I think so. Should be good enough. It's not the best, but I think this will work. You can see that pretty clearly. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me just put that back. Okay. Hey, Tinker Toy. I look tan. I probably am. I've been told I tan like really easily. Compared to, I guess, like most people, I guess, yeah, I just do that. Yeah. What am I trying to say? Actually, maybe I want to clean this inside first a little bit, then outside. Yeah, I'm going to do that, actually. Yeah, hang on. Okay. Yeah, I try to get my a bit of sunshine here and there when I can. Get the good rays on me and everything like that. And I just seem to, I don't know, I don't have to spend much time outside, and then I just seem to get a tan pretty quickly, so I'm lucky like that. What's that cool looking thing? Well, Link, welcome back, Link. This is called a SuperGrafx. This is kind of a off the beaten path, strange console to come across. It's kind of like you can think of it as like not quite maybe a Super Nintendo, but better than a Nintendo for kind of like placement of its capabilities. It was kind of a flop, honestly. There's a thing called a PC Engine system that's the same thing, pretty much. This just has a little bit stronger components inside of it. It was kind of like their sequel to their first PC Engine system, but they rushed it and it didn't sell well, and it only had like 6 games made for it. And so some of the games I'm interested in, though, I'm definitely curious to check out and all that. So I'd like to play them at some point, and I just thought, well, I want to get the system cleaned up and ready first, because it's pretty dusty. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got a lot of dust and stuff, so I want to clean that off. But first, I want to take a look at the inside, clean that up just a little, mostly the cartridge slot area. If I can, that is. I don't know if I'll be able to do that entirely, but I just realized I needed a little mat. I want to put a little mat down real quick, so give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. I just want to put this down so that it's not like directly on the table. This table's it's just a bit of a I don't know, it's just tougher and stuff, and I don't really want to set it right on there when I'm flipping it upside down and stuff. I do. I have 2 games. I've actually had it for a while. Oops, hang on. Okay. I've actually had it for a while, and yeah, have 2 games for it. There's one of the games I'm not really interested in. Actually, I think there's a couple that I'm not so interested in. Oh, hang on. Keep forgetting things. But okay. Yeah, so I have two of the games, and there's a third one that I'd like to get eventually, but no rush on it. It's a Ghouls and Ghosts game. It's I believe it's Daimakamura. That one I'm interested in too, but that one's pricey, so hold off on that one for one day. I was like that when I was a teenager. Oh, okay. Yeah, I spent a lot of time outside too as a kid, surprisingly. As much as I love video games and playing them and stuff, I did actually spend a lot of time outdoors as well. Especially in Florida. It's pretty easy to get a tan here, honestly. I feel. Hopefully when we open this up, it'll look decent in here. I haven't actually opened this thing before. If I seem a little off tonight, I'm just a little tired. I haven't been sleeping the greatest. Is this one longer than that one? Not usually. I was gonna say, I don't think so. I haven't been sleeping the best lately, so I'm just trying to catch up on sleep lately. And I'm a little tired today. So I feel fine. I'm just tired. Need some tweezers. Vitamin D is super important. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. Which is why I try to, get that when I can. Fortunately, though, I like going outside these days. Like when I was younger in my teens and stuff, I kind of was a little anti-sun. And I just wanted to be out of the sun as much as possible. And then later I just was like, no, I actually want to be outside again. It was kind of an interesting transition. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I enjoy it these days. Let's see here. Oh, if I lift it off upside down or right side up to take this off. Let me see. This thing's a little dirty, it seems. Alright, just shook that off a bit. Let's see how this goes. It's like it's sticking a little here. Yeah, I didn't miss something, did I? Might have to Google real quick, little tutorial on how to open this thing. See if there's a hidden screw. Sometimes companies will like try to hide a single screw, just to like mess everything up. But before I do that, let me just see. I'll just give it a little. It might be one of those things where you just kind of lift, pull a bit. So just do this very gently if I can. I think we're making progress, actually. Take my time here. Take that off. Let's see. It's close. Oh, there we go. Okay. So how does this work? Oh, this is interesting. So they have it actually mounted in a way that's kind of backwards to what I would have expected, but okay. Yeah. A little dirty here. These resistors look a little funky. As long as they still work, but their bands are a little shoddy looking. Almost a little corroded or something. And just those. Everything else actually looks pretty darn good. It seems to be. Is it overcast there a lot of the time or something? Is that like the usual? I really don't know how I feel about those resistors. Give me a second. Oh, okay. Sure. Man, I haven't used this thing in a long time. Let's see what we're looking at here. Maybe get a better look. Yeah, do seem to be, yeah. That is nice for that. That is true. I gotta move the microphone for a sec so I can kind of lean in a little better here. I don't actually know if they help with vitamin D or not. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. It's an interesting thought. Looks like I need a Phillips screwdriver at this point. Not sure how many of these I need to actually take out to get the board off of here. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. All right, let me grab a Phillips bit. Okay. So, got a Phillips screwdriver here, but hopefully I won't have to use that because I prefer the lazy route of using the drill. So we'll see if this works out. Should fit. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so I don't know if I actually need to remove all of these screws. It's kind of hard to tell right now. This thing is designed weird. That doesn't look right. It almost looks broken there. I wonder if that is. Yeah. Might not be broken entirely, but I might have to do a repair on this. No big deal, I think. Yeah, pretty much, Link. It all started with either a console having a problem and not having the money to hire somebody else to fix it, or just wanting to fix it myself out of curiosity to see if I actually could fix it myself, or wanting to make a modification somehow to it, and just kind of going from there. I think my console modding started like with I'm trying to think here. I guess fixing my Nintendo, my original Nintendo. And then I guess after that, maybe like Xbox 360. Or something, I guess? Maybe? I'm not really sure. Kind of jumped around a bit. I feel like I would have done other stuff before Xbox 360, but I'm not entirely sure on the timeline. But yeah, ultimately it was just me kind of fidgeting about and wanting to start small and kind of be like, well, I'll mess with this and I'll mess with that. And next thing I knew, I was kind of like moving on to stuff that I guess was considered more advanced and went from there. Okay, let's see here. So I might, I was thinking I might not need to remove these two screws, and it looks like maybe I don't. Man, that power thing there is a concern, though. We'll see what happens. Okay. This might be okay. This thing's awkward to handle. There we go. Right, let's just... Okay. Alright, I want to grab this. There we go. Alright, hang on. Hold that there. Let's just pull this aside. Okay. Is that in your way?
No, if you need more room.
Oh, thank you. No, that should be fine. Thank you. 360 red ring of death. I put it on life support by constantly adjusting the heatsink and applying thermal paste and squeezed another year. Yeah, that's that was definitely a doozy. I remember the red ring was a big one for a lot of people.
Listen.
Whoa. Hey, what? Dude, Devil, oh man, I've been wondering where the heck you've been. Okay, so this was attached here, but that's fine. That actually might be intended to come off, I guess. I was just thinking about you like a few times in the last few days, and I was like, man, haven't seen Devil in some time. And I was like, I've even been streaming at hours where normally I think Devil would show up, and I thought, well, he must be busy with something. Good to see you, man. Working. Okay. I figured you were busy with work or something like that. I figured. It's all good, man. Just letting you know you were missed. Thank you for the tier 2, man. Thank you. Thank you very much, Devil. And I'm glad to see you again, dude. I just literally I was thinking about the last time I was thinking about you was I think maybe I don't know. I think maybe like was it earlier today or yesterday? It was either earlier today or yesterday. And I was like, man, I know I've been on at times where he'd usually be around and I haven't seen him. And I was like, I miss that guy. But like I said, I knew you were probably busy or something, but oh man. First day off in 2 weeks? Dang, dude. Are you just putting in a ton of extra hours for socking away a little money for the world traveling? Fair enough. Oh, I was gonna say, Link, I did the same thing with my 360 in terms of like kind of just getting it to barely make it, and then eventually I was like, well, let me see if I can do a more permanent fix and stuff, and I did get it actually working for quite a while. But man, it seemed like that thing just always wanted to just die, and eventually I think it did finally kick hard, and I was like, you know what, And then I decided later to learn how to fix them better and stuff, and then when I did learn how to actually repair them more efficiently, I was like, man, I hate this though, because it was such a major chore, and they were really a hassle, and I was like, yeah, I don't really like this, so cut that out. But yeah, that's like one of the worst consoles I've ever worked on. Money for the family coming? Is this your lady friend's family, or is this like your family? And how's that going, by the way? I hope things are going well for you and her. Her and her son. Oh. Okay. Well, wait. Did you get married now, or because I thought last time I talked to you, you were engaged? Do I need updates here, man? Are you holding out on me? Give it up, man. Okay, engaged. Okay, all right. I was gonna say I didn't think you did it yet, but if you did, I need words, man. Okay. All right, I didn't miss anything then. Still in the loop. Good. And I'm trying to stream regularly, so I'll have a better chance at catching you. You can tell me about it when it happens. Her family's... Oh, cool. All right. So it's just her and her son then. And then last time I talked to you... here, try that. Okay. You said it was going to be like quite a few months, actually, before she'd be coming back, but You managed to get something a little sooner? Is that what's going on here? I hope. I'm glad for you, though, man. Really glad for you. By the end of the year or early next year. Okay, okay. Well, that's good, man. I'm hopeful for you. Like I said, I figured you were busy with something that involved her. Now, I didn't know she had a son. I believe you said. Yeah, son. Okay. No, I didn't know that. So okay, so I can see why you want to, you know, tuck away a little money and stuff. That's good. Sounds like you got everything in order, man. Sounds like you're getting it done. It's nice her family's here. Yeah, I'd probably be loopy after that too. Yeah, definitely. No thank you. I forgot that they put you on such long shifts at times. Hope they're not doing that to you every day. I know you said you haven't had a break in, I believe it was almost 2 weeks. So hopefully they're not making you work those kind of hours every single day. This thing's freaking dirty on the inside. You need to have a talk with the previous owner of this thing. Be like, hey. Hey now. Clean your console, man. Or wool, man. This is good, though. This thing's cleaning up pretty nice. And actually, it wasn't terrible in here. It seems that the dust can get in pretty easily, though. That's good to know. But, as most of you know, the way I keep my consoles, I keep them in that mostly dust-free environment. So hopefully this won't be a thing anymore. You see that, right? Yeah, okay, as long as you guys can see. So just doing a little general cleanup here. Trying to get this thing tidied up. This is a weird console, though. I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this thing. I really don't. Like, it's cool looking in a way, but at the same time, it's very impractical, and very like it feels rushed, and well, apparently it was, and I don't know. It's like a very pro and con console. For example, most gaming consoles, it's pretty standard to have the power and the video plugs on the back of the console. In fact, I'm trying to think of other consoles that don't have the power and the video plugs on the back. I'm sure there's got to be something, but like all the mainstream ones, I think they're all on the back. I really can't think of a single console yet where it's not on the back. Thinking that design was done when I was a kid. What design? This one? Right here? You've seen this before? Or are you talking about something else? Yo, Gundam. Yeah, it is. Welcome back, man. Welcome back, Gundam. Good to see you as usual. Anyway, so this console is just like, no, man, screw that. We're gonna be cool, and with the power input in the front. Oh, okay. What console is that? Because I haven't seen one where it's in the front. That one was that's new to me. On this system, it's weird because so the power is on the side here in the back. So like this is the back of the console here. And then you have the power that goes in the side here. Then the video output goes in the side here. They're both facing sideways. So you have two wires coming in from the sides. Then the controller goes in the front here. And then the cartridge kind of goes like tucked in and bent at a weird angle like this. So when you put the cartridge in, you kind of have to bend your hand and kind of awkwardly push it towards you, which means you're going to have to hold the console. It's really weird. It's all good, Devil. You're going back to late night? Well, enjoy it while you can. You know how it is, Gundam. It'll be late night for a little while, and then it'll eventually roll around to too late of night, morning. You know me. But, yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it right now, Gundam. Geez, this thing really does have a lot of dust. But whatever. Glad we're getting it. What was I going to say? So it's just weird, though. And then if you use... I have a special cable that I can use for RGB on this thing, which makes it kind of awkward. So that would plug into this thing here, and then I'd have my power here, and then my controller here. And fitting it into like the gaming area is just awkward. Like the whole thing is just kind of strange. It's just a very strange console that I don't know. I have mixed feelings about. It definitely looks very retro and cool in certain ways, but it's just I wish it was just a little different. I'm a little tired, by the way, so if I sound a little loopy myself, that's what's going on there. So the reason why this thing has so much dust in it is probably because the way the top just sits on it, it doesn't really have a good cover, apparently, to keep a lot of the dust out, I'm noticing. It just kind of has some like holes in the top where dust can just freely get in, and that's kind of unfortunate. But it is what it is. So I'm guessing somebody like left this sitting on a shelf or something for a while, but after I get it cleaned up here, once I put it into my little special case area thing, hopefully it won't get dusty for many years, which I don't think it will, because I've checked my consoles that have been in that thing now for quite some time, and they're all pretty darn clean still, so that's nice. Is it supposed to look like a dragon with a huge underbite on top? Man, are you sure you're not more than just tired, Devil? Have you been sipping the special cider today as well? No, this dragon. Where is the dragon? Is this the head of the dragon? I don't know. Where are you talking? Like right here? Is this it? Hey, Miss Silent Hill, welcome back. A stream I can watch mostly naked and feel good about it. That's right. That's right. Yes. There you go. That's important. On your right now. No. Yes, on the... Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So you mean this guy. Yeah, he's a little dragon. He's like... He's trying to eat... I don't know. Bad games, I guess. You know, the funny thing about this console... There's like 6 games for it. 5 or 6. I think, like... Technically, it's like... If you're talking specific to this console... 5... But 6 that are compatible with, like, its technology, I guess. Like, I guess there's one game that they programmed to work on, like, this system and the older one. If you take all the other games and you try to play them on, like, the previous systems that were released, they don't work. Except for that one. I guess they made it have, like, a switching mode or something. Like, somehow it can play on either. So, I thought that was interesting. If you were to rotate it counterclockwise 90 degrees, he's looking left. Yeah, okay, yeah. I figured you were looking at this, and yeah, like, I mean, it's like this is his snout right here. This is his lower jaw, and he's like he's like nom, 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 nom. He's trying to hear. Wait, nom, nom, nom. He's eating the Q-tip now, and like his head, and then like I don't know where the rest of his body exactly is. I'm assuming that's what you mean. If that's not what you mean, then I think you should draw us a picture. Make it very detailed. Am I still getting gunk? I'm still getting gunk, man. It looks like it's clean, but whatever. Keep pulling up stuff. So, I don't know. As long as I get most of it. I don't need to make this thing super duper duper clean. But I do want it like pretty clean if I can. Mostly clean. Hey, Omega. Welcome back. I'm doing good. How are you, Omega? Good to see you again. I want to see. Hang on. Let's see. I want to click this. Let's see. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. Hang on. Let's see what Tinker Toy is linking here. Let's check this. Oh, I thought maybe there was going to be a little drawing action. Yeah, that definitely does. Yep. That's the dragon. Nice motherboard. Thank you. It seems to be in pretty good shape, mostly. A couple of resistors on the backside that look a little questionable. But I think they're okay. Hopefully. If not, well, then we'll replace them later. But for now, I'll leave them. Just want to get it cleaned up. Go from there. You are a dirty board. What have you been doing with your life? I'm mostly cleaning in these very specific areas since that's where the dust was mostly focused. Yeah. I think we're just about done with the board itself, I think. Let's see here. That looks pretty good. Okay. Well, that sounds good, Omega. Hopefully you're enjoying that. Glad you're feeling excellent. Don't need to see your stick figure skills? Maybe we do one day. Maybe we do. I'd like to know. Yeah, I'm with Devil. I'm with Devil on that. Okay. This is where the cartridge actually goes in. And I just want to clean it up a little bit in here because it's probably a little funky in there. A little bit. How much did it cost me? I can't even imagine buying a console that only plays 6 games. I can't either back in the day. Talk about getting your hopes up and then just having them dashed. Like, man, what a bummer. But apparently that's what happened. I mean, this... Okay, well, let me clarify. This thing can play more than 6 games. It can play all of the HU card, they're called. HU card games that go on PC Engine as well. It can play all of those, no problem. So you can think of it as this thing will play like... I don't know, it's probably like 300 plus games. Well, actually, I guess... Is that all HU card? It might be. I don't remember now, actually. Maybe it's 200 around HU card. I don't know. Anyway, it can play a lot of games, but those games can be played on the first console that was made. It's just games that were designed specifically to take advantage of this console here. Like 5 or 6. I can't remember. I think it's 6. Excuse me. And the cost, I got lucky on this one. This one was free. So, yippee skippy. I got it in a deal where I did not have to pay for it. So that was good. This thing is not too dirty on the cartridge area. That's really good. I'm glad. I'm getting like barely any gunk at all. Okay. Oop. I'm ripping off the top of the Q-tip a little bit there to thin it out so that it actually fits in there. There we go. Get that. All right. So, there's like 3 games total, I believe, that I'm interested in for this one. And unfortunately, we have 2 out of the 3. The third one that I'm interested in is a little pricey, though, so hold off on that. Get that real quick. Hold off on that one for a while. One day. All right, I think we're ready to start putting it back together. I think. Give me a second here. Actually, not quite yet. I'd like to clean the cartridge slot a little bit before I put it back together. Hang on one second. Are you using just some rubbing alcohol? Yep, that's pretty much it. Stuff works wonders for cleaning this kind of stuff. I know some people, they like to go really fancy with their cleaning materials and use like powerful solutions and stuff, and that's fine if that's what they want to do. But I've never needed to rely on anything like that so far, anyway. So that's been nice. Yeah, I've been lucky with that. So yeah, just got a little plastic thing right here that I keep with some alcohol in it, and just, you know, dip a little, drink a little, and makes for a good show. I found KY to be the best, actually. The best for cleaning consoles? Yes. If you want a highly lubricated console, something you can really feel good about, then yes. Generally, that's reserved for consoles for adults, and you play adult material on them. Yeah. I heard that it actually can make the console function better and more efficiently. You just want to basically dump it all over the console. That's what I heard anyway. But S Devil, he's the expert. Well, that, or if you're just, you know, you can't get it in the cartridge slot because it's, you know, it's been a while and you're having a little trouble. Sometimes that'll just get you going real quick. You know. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's good to see you, man. I really did. I really did. I legitimately did. Like I said, I was thinking about you the other day, and then again, like yesterday or today, I was just like, man, I wonder what Devil's up to. Miss that guy. There's who's making the uh-ohs? Mr. Flowers, thank you for the follow. I don't know if that's how to say your name, but if you want to correct me on how to say it, feel free to do so. But welcome to the Paranoid family, mister. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. There's a few other people I haven't seen lately too that I miss. Shoutouts to them. I drop names, but I'm afraid to drop names. You know why? Because there's just so many people that come in here that I like that I know I'd miss somebody. I'd be like, crud. And then they'd be like, Andy, you were dropping names and you didn't drop my name. And then I'd be like, oh, crud, you're right. I'm sorry. And then I'd feel like a proper butt. I would. Okay. You know what? I'm going about this a little bit backwards on this part. Well, actually, wait. Are those open? Oh, no wonder why this thing gets so much dust in it. Look. I didn't see this. There's holes here. You see them? You can see the light shining through. There's a whole set of holes there and there. Poopy freaking doodles. No wonder why there's a bunch of dust that just gets dumped into the inside of this thing. And then the cartridge slot here, that also is a source of issues, I'm sure. And then right here where you turn the power on and off, little thing slides like that. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Power on, power off, power on. Bloop, bloop, bloop. There's a hole there too for the dust to get in. This thing doesn't exactly have the best dust guards. But whatever. Like I said, I keep my consoles, for those of you that are new, I keep my consoles in a very protective, like, attempted to be dust-free environment that I made. I made like a little case kind of thing for them. That's where I keep them. Get that. Get out of here, dust. You have no place here. I appreciate it. It's Flowers as well. Oh, Flowers. Mr. Flowers. Okay. All right. I can go with that. Mr. Flowers. I like that name. Mr. Flowers. Okay. Close enough. Well, yeah, I was like, there's no vowels. I need vowels to work with. So when you give me no vowels, it's tricky. It's like my old Twitch name that I used to stream as, SFKJHHDSLU. And people were like, that's a stupid name. And I was like, no, it's really not that bad. It's Sifakajistulu. You know, it's really not that bad. But people were like, no, man, I don't like it. You need to get a new Twitch name. And so I called up Johnny Twitch and I was like, hey, can you give me a new name? And Johnny Twitch was like, are you somebody on Twitch right now? And I was like, well, I'm a person, but I might not be the person. And then they were like, well, if you're not the person, then you get nothing from us. And then I just had to make a new account instead. I was very disappointed with that little conversation that never actually happened. But I like to pretend that it did so that I can have a little story to tell. All right. How the heck are we going to get down? In these you see these are called well, you can use an Allen wrench. I forget it's a hexagon, right? Yeah, and I forget what the name of these is. I can't remember. But anyway, it's funny. These are fake. You don't use a tool to open it with these. These are 100% for show. It's funny. Automata, hey, welcome back. Whoa. The something pretzels are Can you read that? Something making me thirsty? Oh, these pretzels are making me, thank you. Okay, these pretzels are making me thirsty. You keep working on that line, Omega. You'll get it. And then one day you can be in the movie. But right now you said it very, very confusingly. I think if I was to like vocalize what you said, it'd be like, no, I don't even know. You know what? I'm not even gonna try. It's gonna make me sound insensitive or something. I think by the time I get it out. some alien in a distant galaxy is going to be like, that's my accent that he just mimicked, and I'm really offended because he did it terribly. And then I'm like, I'm sorry, alien dude, I didn't even know. Didn't even know, man. But of course, when he asks me that, I'm going to be a corpse because, you know, light speed limitations and all that junk. So he's going to get here and be like, where's that stupid Andy fool that doesn't know how to say things right? And then he's going to dig up my bones and then slap me around silly. And then I'm going to be like, yo, don't slap my skelly. Don't do that. Actually, maybe I would approve of that. You know, sometimes maybe, hey, maybe you need a good skelly slapping. Maybe that's a good thing. Oh, there's plenty of dust. At least it's dust and not cat hair. Yeah, cat hair, I don't know if any of you guys have actually dealt with cat hair in consoles, but cat hair in consoles is pretty tricky. Because it just somehow gets like in all the nooks and crannies and stuff, and it's like, I swear it's magnetic or something. It just gets in there. It's like, how's that happen? I've had a few consoles that I cracked open and I was just like, no, you had a cat and I know it. It's obvious. Hex wrench. Hex nuts. I think that's right. I think you are correct on that. That sounds right to me. That is Seinfeld. That is. I heard that one from my friend, Bob Sacamano. He told me that. I just can't spare a square. I just can't spare a square. I just can't. I can't do it. I just can't spare a square. Things getting pretty clean here. This is nice. Have you tried dunking it in water? Flowers? I am aware that some people will do that with not only the console like plastic stuff, but they'll actually do it with like the motherboard, and like people have like washed entire PCBs in like dishwashers, I've heard, and things like that. Or just like give it a bath. You know, you gotta let it dry properly. And honestly, this part of it, you probably could just give it a bath and get away with it. But I still just... I don't really want to do that because then I gotta wait for it to dry. First of all, and I'm an impatient man. Second, I don't really like to dunk things in water if I can help it, because if there's any little metal pieces somewhere, I worry about those in the long term, because I've seen the effects of certain things long term, and I don't know, my name is Paranoid Andy for a reason. So I kind of, depending on what I'm doing, kind of get concerned about certain things like that, like in the long term stuff, but yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind taking my time with it either and just kind of being methodical here. It's not a bad suggestion. It's just not one that I prefer, honestly. That's all. You know the reference? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Can you dunk it in liquid nitrogen? For you, Devil, for you, probably not. I'm sorry, because I don't want to break it. But I would think about it. Like, if you handed me some nitrogen, I'd think about it for you. I would think about it. I'd be like, I'd consider it. But then ultimately, yeah, it would probably be a no. I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, man. Just saying. I'm being real with you right now. I love you, buddy, but, you know. That's dirty. Look. Ew. Funky nastiness. Gross. What the heckums? Look, guys. Look, right there. It's a cat butt. You see that? That's a cat butt. You're killing me. I can see missed spots. I'm not done yet. I'm still working on it. I jump around. My ADD. You know me. You know me. Although there could be a spot that I'm missing that I'm not aware of, too. there is that. I'm not sure how I'm going to get down in these hex areas, though. I'm not sure how I'm going to work that out. To think that one over. Grape Juice! Welcome back, Grape Juice. It's been a little while since I've seen you. Pretty sure they were joking? I don't know. I don't know. Some people do that. Unsubbed? Man, devil. Dude. Wow. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm going to go over it again with a towel just to kind of give it a general wipe off. A little bit of a damp kind of rag there. Right now, I'm actually trying to, like, this thing has, like, literal chunks of dust on it. I don't know how clear the camera is, so I'm trying to get those first. And then I want to go back and just give it a quick wipe down. Like, just a general wipe down. But, like I said, some of these spots are just tricky. It doesn't want to come out. There. You gotta be aggressive. You should get like those little circular makeup pads for bigger things like this part. Get out of here. Not entirely sure what you're talking about. Probably work, but I just don't know what you're talking about. Plus, like I said, I'm not trying to get this thing super duper 100% clean. As long as it's mostly clean. Clean enough to make me happy, put it that way. Which might make some of you crazy if you're like super duper duper regimented about your cleaning. Sorry. That way it'll be dirty, but evenly dirty. You see, there you go. That's a good way to do it, yeah. Yeah. Let me see what you got there. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, those look like those would be efficient. Yeah. Alright. This is actually looking pretty darn good. Like in terms of, like I said, I want to get the big clumps. I'm happy about that. Yeah. There we go. So I'm not actually gonna, if anybody's wondering, I'm not actually planning on playing this tonight. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just wanted to try to get it clean. I still need to do a little bit to actually get it set up and ready for play. So a little bit of work to be done for that. Not too much, but yeah, it's not just a simple plug it in and go kind of thing at this point. Tips in a store. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that would probably be quite nice to have. Might as well get that area there. Get that one too. Eek. Yeah, this thing must have been sitting on a shelf for a while or something. The game that I most cared about playing on this is a shooty boop. It's called Aldinez. It's kind of an interesting name. But yeah, I was just really curious about that game. It doesn't look like amazing or anything, but it does look worth playing, and I've really been enjoying collecting 2D shoot 'em up games when I can. Some of them are pretty darn pricey though, so those will have to wait till another lifetime. But excuse me, the ones that I can afford, I'll go after for sure when I can. Some of the games though, man, whew, they are expensive. Holy butts. Nail polish? Makeup off? Okay. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like the fact that it doesn't leave anything. So we'll get rid of this streaking and stuff in a little bit here. I just want to check. Like I said, I'll get the big stuff. Not bad at all. Yeah. Little spot there. Yeah, I like that. Oops, sorry. Hope that wasn't too loud. Get this backside a little bit. Man, this thing's just got a bunch of weird gunk in it. This here a second. Just wipe off my little area here. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Just touch up just a couple little spots here. Alright. I think that's good for the first layer. Oh yeah, I wanted to clean inside there. I'm gonna try something here first before I try something else. Actually, yeah. Okay, hang on. Let's see here. That still is a pretty tight fit. I don't know if this is gonna work. If not, there's other things I can do. I was just hoping to do this. Nah, that's not gonna work out. Okay. An HSMR or whatever the audio tingly thing people do is with the cleaning streams. You're nodding yes? I don't know what to say to that. Because that's not what I'm going for, but I guess thank you? I guess? I don't know. Good to know. Maybe I'll rely on that one day if I have to. I'm making a mess, but it seems to be working. I should have done this first, but whatever. I'm just gonna come back anyway, like I said, with a towel and just generally wipe it off. How about I make a new Twitch channel and I call it Andy's Awful ASMR? And I just do ASMR, but I do it really bad. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna... Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to be like chill right now. Okay. I guess I got a little too chill. Okay. So anyway... We're gonna clean this game console right here. It's gonna be really awesome, and we're gonna make it a lot cleaner. Oh, I'm sorry again. Oh man, just that one slipped. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I know my ASMR right now is just not very good, but I'll keep working on it. And then I'll just let out like a big burp. I'll just be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm just killing the ASMR moment right now. They're like, wow, this guy's just terrible. I'm like, I know, it's really awful. That'll be Andy's version of ASMR. How about that? Can we do that? That's what I want to do. That's the kind of ASMR channel I want to run if we're gonna do this. Okay, Devil? Hospital standardized mortality ratio, apparently. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing as what we're doing here. Yeah, that's pretty much the same, honestly. All right, let me just clean up the little bit of gunk around here that I kind of, little bits and pieces that I put out. That actually worked pretty well, so I'm happy about that. The toothbrush comes through. Yippee skippy doodles. I was going to use it on the cartridge slot thing there too, but it's not shaped the right way. So yeah, toothbrush did not come through there, but that's all right. We got it here. So good. Hey, get out of here. Nobody wants you here. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Strength? Welcome back, man. How is your evening, this evening, going for you? Let me grab my towel that I want to use. Give me a second. Excuse me. Are you still doing that intern thing, Strength? I believe that's what you were up to. You told me before. I think you were working as an intern. I think you were... That was a while ago, but I think that's what you said. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, nice. Well, congrats, man. Congrats to you on that. So I dampened this rag just a little bit here. I like this rag because it's old. It's very, very old, and I use it for CDs as well at times because it's one of those kind of rags where it's super duper duper soft, like crazy soft. It's really nice for that kind of stuff. Anything I want to try to be extra delicate with or whatnot, not scratch up or anything. Just dampen it a little bit and go to town. This is definitely an awkward console. Okay. One last little thing I want to check. Give me a second. I'm going to shake this too a little bit. Okay. Give me a second. I just want to... Those little vent thingies right here, I just want to hit those with a little alcohol real quick. Just to give those a final little cleaning. Actually, that didn't come off there. There. Clean this up. Gotta make it look good. Sorry I keep bumping the microphone. I'm like, ooh. I won't do any more of that. Man, this thing is cheap. Hang on. There we go. I say it's cheap because the alcohol was taking off a little bit of the color there. A little bit. That's unusual when that happens, but I've seen it happen before. I should have checked that a little more carefully, but that's alright. I didn't take off too much, fortunately. Alright. Hello, Thomas Rust. This is a SuperGrafx. A SuperGrafx is a console that was supposed to be kind of like the follow-up console to the PC Engine. It's supposed to be kind of like the PC Engine 2, I guess it was intended. But it flopped badly. So there's only like 6 games for it in total. So it's kind of a rare and weird thing. But it's cool in its own way. I know, yeah, there's sometimes, man, some of these things, like, they just... Get that there. There's a spot that I missed. Yeah, like, it was definitely taking off a little bit of that. That's surprising and lame, but this thing is a little on the budget cutback side, so I guess they skimped a little on actually quality there. TurboGrafx man? You'd like a TurboGrafx man? Do they make TurboGrafx men anymore? It's super. Ooh, okay. Yeah, PC Engine. PC Engine is okay, so a little lesson of gaming console history for you guys. So where do I begin? Back when, like, kind of around the time that Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis were kind of doing their thing, kind of like a little around that time and a little before it, and a little during it, as far as I know. I don't remember the exact years. I could get a book that I have that would show exactly, but it's not too important. It's just to give you an idea. It's around the time of Genesis, Super Nintendo, NES, and the Master System. During that time when Sega and Nintendo were, like, you know, fighting it out and all that, there was a console that was also released here in the US that did not sell as well as those, called the TurboGrafx 16. You might have heard of that. So the TurboGrafx 16 also had a CD add-on later. And in Japan, the TurboGrafx 16 is called the PC Engine. And then the PC Engine CD, how do I want to put this in? Just give me a second here. The PC Engine CD is called they have a couple different names. They call it PC Engine CD, or the Duo, or the Duo R, or the Duo RX. Sorry. Anyway, basically, PC Engine is the Japanese version of a TurboGrafx 16. This was supposed to be kind of a TurboGrafx 16 2 or PC Engine 2, and they just rushed it out, and yeah, it didn't do very well at all. Not at all. Yeah, this is PC Engine is from Japan. It's from NEC. Why didn't it do well? As far as I know, it was rushed. I don't know all the facts, but as far as I know, it was rushed very quickly. So not enough time to build hype and then be like, hey, check it out. If you're going to build a system, you got to give game developers, a chance to make games on it. And if they only had 6, then that tells me that they didn't really plan ahead. I think they also kind of had some issues getting companies like Capcom and Konami and companies like that on board initially or something. I'm not sure on the other reasons, but wouldn't surprise me if there was advertising issues and stuff like that, because it was just so quickly rushed. Yes, it is backwards compatible. Spooky? What was spooky? Anyway, no, I don't know of any actual problems with the system, except that it's just wonky as all. Like, the power adapter goes here, the video connector goes here, which is just weird, and then the controller is here, or if you're using RGB, then it's back here, and this thing occupies a lot of space. It's just very funky. Are the games good? I mean, that's obviously very subjective, but in my opinion, 3 out of the 6 games I do have an interest in. I have 2 of them. The one that I don't have is pricey, though. It's a Ghosts and Ghouls game. And that one's, I think, usually around like $100+, so that one's going to have to wait. But the ones that I'm interested in otherwise were Aldinez and, what's it called? Granzort. I forget the other games. I just remember not finding them too interesting. All right, give me a second. I need to move the microphone for a moment here, see if I can get this put back inside. It's kind of weird. Anyway, in case I don't remember if I actually said it or I was thinking to say it, but Link, yes, the original games are backwards compatible. So that is something that's pretty cool about this thing is you can play all of your old original PC Engine games on it. So that's nice. Sure, strength. Yes, we'll just say yes. Okay, Let's see here. It's not quite in right, I think. Maybe? Maybe it is, actually. Oh, I think it is. Okay, it just felt a little awkward there, but yeah, I guess it's in. Okay. This is a strange console. It's definitely unique. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I believe this one went here, and then it should have been these two and these two. Yeah, okay. Hey, grandfather. Yeah, SuperGrafx. Yeah, just was getting it cleaned up. Want to get it ready so that I can play on it later. SuperGrafx 2. And the suitcase unit as well with the Super CD. Ooh, nice, grandfather, nice. So I'm not going to use the drill to put the screws back in. I usually only use the drill when I'm taking them out. But when putting them in, I just don't want to accidentally put them in too tightly or anything. I can start them that way, but I'll just do it like this so that I'm sure that I'm not accidentally going too quick for it or anything. That's really cool though, grandfather. That's really cool. I don't have that myself. I've always thought that looks pretty sweet though. Where did you find this console? I had it imported from Japan. I am, grandfather, yes. I definitely am a PC Engine fan. I think it's a pretty sweet console. Like, I think the library of games is very solid, and I'm very excited to be collecting for it. There's still a decent few games that I'd like to get, but I have quite a few now, and I'm very, very happy with it. Like, PC Engine has been a very awesome system to collect for. I started off with TurboGrafx 16. Just to kind of get me going. And then when I learned more about the system and the games and stuff, then I got myself a Duo R, which I still have. And then I wanted to get the SuperGrafx so that I could play Grand Zort and Aldinez and maybe one day Macamura. VBS Revenge is when you get violent diarrhea. That is what I've heard. Yes, that sounds about right, yeah. In an ancient Mayan temple? Well, I wasn't going to go with that, but sure, yeah. Actually, that is where I got this. Yes. That is actually the true story. I'm sorry I fibbed and told you I got it from Japan. I just, I just wanted to be a little humble, but now that we have that out there, it's like, let's be real. Recently got an add-on for my core graphics to use component cables. Oh, okay. Or RGB. Nice. All right. Big shoot 'em up fan, and it's a great console for that. Never did get a turbo. Oh, okay. Yeah, Duo Rs are really nice looking, and yeah, I'm definitely a shoot 'em up fan. If you're curious which ones I have, grandfather, just type !games, I think, in chat, and then you can go to my PC Engine library of games. But yeah, this is interesting how that just rests there. I'm just gonna wipe this off real quick. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I use RGB as much as I can, which is pretty much, I guess, on all my consoles at this point. This one will be RGB as well when when I use it. I pretty much can't go without RGB these days. It's just too good to pass up, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm just, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I'm just getting some of the excess dust that was in here. Just pulling some of that off if I can. Just a little bit of it. It's not terribly important, but if I can get some of it off, I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, Saturn's very good too. Yeah. Yeah. I've been working on Saturn games here and there when I can. There's definitely some good ones as well. Hang on. A little dirty in here. Let me just shake this out. FrameMeister? I had a FrameMeister. I don't anymore. And yeah, I think they've come back down. If you check the prices again, I believe they came back down because there was this whole thing about like that FrameMeisters wouldn't be sold anymore, and I guess like a lot of people bought up a bunch, and then I guess there was a rumor that the company was going to stop making FrameMeisters, and then that I guess that rumor was not true, or they changed their minds or something, and then they started reselling them. So they've come back down as far as I know, unless they stopped again. But as far as I know, they came back down in price. I'm not going to be too thorough here, as long as I get the main gist of it. Good to know, Thomas. Good to know. Dropping the knowledge. Did you ever have sound problem with your Duo? Always heard the caps would fail on them a lot. No. I have, because it's a Duo R. It's got the caps replaced first of all. Anyway, took care of that. But second, when I had the default caps before replacing them, as far as I've heard, everything I've heard, the capacitors on the what's it called? It's not a Duo R. It's the before the Duo R. Hang on. I'll show you guys. Hang on. Let's see. Duo. Oh, it's just a Duo. Okay, this thing. So as far as I know, the capacitors on this thing right here, the capacitors in here were not that great, and would fail more reliably than these, because I guess this model they used better capacitors, and then also for the Duo RX here, they also used better capacitors. So if you have stock capacitors in either of these, you very well might be pretty okay. But it's this one apparently was the culprit for having bad sound issues and stuff, as far as I've found out from research anyway. So when I used my like I said, my Duo R initially, and it didn't have the capacitors replaced, it actually sounded fine. After replacing the capacitors, it sounded the same pretty much. So yeah, they were pretty darn good. Replacing caps can be a pain. Yeah, that can definitely be a pain. I agree with that. Can be. Because I'm not really huge into that. Like, I don't get much enjoyment out of that. Like, there is some satisfaction in terms of, like, you know, repairing a console and stuff to some extent, but I wouldn't want to, like, do it regularly. And if you gave me a choice of, like, you know, would you take this console here and repair it and feel, like, good about repairing it, or would you just rather have the one that you know right there, it just happens to be in better shape and you don't have to, do any work on it, well then I'll take the one in better shape, because I'm so busy with other things in life and whatnot that I don't really want to do that unless I have to do that kind of thing. So I noticed the shelves behind you. Do you own your own small business, or is this your room and a hobby? Do you plan on selling this piece or adding it to your collection? I used to have a business, and I still kind of do, but it's not what it used to be. Some things came up and stuff in my life that have kind of complicated that, so I'm trying to pursue other means of career, which is maybe streaming. Hopefully, like I'm giving that a go right now. But for a while there, I was actually buying and selling video game equipment, and I still do a little bit here and there. But not like I used to. And then, no, I'm not planning on selling this. This is for keeping. I plan to keep this and add it to my collection. Because of Andy, I've begun retro collecting. Even went for some good specific games. Thanks. Thanks for telling me that, Strength. I really appreciate that, and I'm really happy that I inspired you to get into that, man. I really am. That's awesome. I know you mentioned a little here and there that you had some inspiration, but it sounds like it's really come along, and I'm really happy for you, man. That's just good to hear. Okay. Give this thing another shake off in a moment. Oh, I understand, grandfather. Yeah, I did a lot of repairing and stuff just from things breaking or whatnot, and kind of not having the money to hire somebody, and I was like, well, I'll try to do it myself, and ended up just kind of going from there a lot of the time. Well, that's cool, grandfather. Why don't you do that anymore? Life gets in the way, man. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah, it does. So I'm hoping to make like I said, a career of streaming, possibly. I've been told by several people that I should go for it. That I seem to be good at it, and I appreciate that, by the way, from all those people. Thank you. So I thought, hey, you know what? I'm at a place in my life right now where I can give it a go. So that's what I'm doing. And I like streaming. I really, that's not true. I love streaming. So I really enjoy it anyway, so it works out well. So we'll see what happens in the future with it. This is nice. This isn't too terribly dirty on the bottom. One of the classic retro games of Sonic, just missing Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Oh, okay, okay. Strength is a good streamer. I agree with that statement. Replace the pins on an NES once. That was about it. That's a fun little thing to do. You know, that's a good feeling right there. I did that too. That was one of my earlier things that I did. If you don't have a new 72-pin adapter for your Nintendo to replace it, though, and you're still trying to repair your Nintendo, what you can do is take the 72-pin adapter out and just throw it in a pot of boiling water and boil it for a while, and then take a toothbrush and scrub it down and clean it. And that helps quite a bit. Won't make it perfect, but if you don't have a new one and you can't afford a new one, then that at the very least you can do that. Hey Split, welcome back. Andy, are you ready to own Dead Mines with me in a couple days? Oh, Split. I didn't know you were Split that I know. Cool, man. Hey, welcome back. Good to see you again, man. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Split. This looks pretty darn good. I'm happy with this. Cool. $32X. I would like to get a $32X at some point. Yeah, that's kind of on my list in the future of like wanting to get one day kind of thing. This thing is weird. What is this? I think it sits in here like this. I believe that's how it was sitting there. Yeah, that feels about right. I think. Ah, crikey. Was it like that? It seemed like it would go the other way. It was just awkwardly sitting there. I want to get Blackthorn for 32X. Because it's different. It's got an extra level that's not on the Super Nintendo version. And I really want to check that out one day. And it's just different too in little bits and pieces. Told me you go Blessing of Kings. Usually yes. Yeah, usually I do go Kings. So yeah, if you're looking for that, you'll be good on the Kings. You'll be feeling very kingly. Give me a second, guys. I want to check the video to make sure that I have this sitting there right. I'm pretty sure I do, but I just want to make sure I wasn't paying attention. Let me just pull that up. Let's see. Yeah, Blackthorn on 32X. Yeah, it's definitely different. But I'm interested. The only problem with that game is it's expensive, so that's gonna be a bit tricky to get one day. But maybe when I'm rich and famous. Let's see. Okay. Looks like it. Yeah, this is pretty much looks like this is how it sits there. It's just awkward because there's a little bit of a lip here, and it just kind of sits on that lip. But yeah, that's what it does. Okay. All right. So I have it right. All right. Let's put that back down. There we go. Just had to be sure. I love having video documentation of my work, so I can just real quick. That's nice. All right, let's see if we can put this back together and not screw it up. That would be nice. I would like that. Got your NES HDMI modded? Ooh, okay, cool. Yeah, it feels it does feel good like in terms of my consoles doing like mod work and stuff and because you're making me think about it, and yeah, quite a few of my consoles I did the mod work on, and it just feels really good to do that. My most recent stuff was like putting an RGB amp on my Super Nintendo. It's a one-chip 02. I could have gone with a 3, and I have actually a 03, but I wanted to go with the 2 for a few different reasons, and I'm pretty happy with it. And then I did a region-free mod on my Sega CD. That worked out quite nicely. And then I guess that was kind of my most recent like mod thing. Yeah. Yeah, Blackthorn is on PC and Super Nintendo as well. But on, as far as I know, on 32X, I think that's the only system where it has that extra level. It's like a snow level, and it's not on any of the other versions of Blackthorn, and I really want to play that and just experience it. Oh, okay, grandfather. Fair enough. All right, let me see if I remember right. I think we put this back on. I guess I can just set it there. Yeah, that'll probably work. Okay. Now, the one thing is I have to actually check. Okay, good. I had to make sure that I put the power switch plastic piece back on there, right? So when you hit the power, it turns it on. Otherwise, that would have been silly. Okay, so this thing is a little weird taking it apart. I don't know about putting it back together, though, if it's going to be weird. Apparently, this system, even though it's supposed to be backwards compatible, it does have some issues, I guess, here and there with some of the games. And there's this little switch on the back right here. And you can switch it to 1 or 2. I don't really know what that means, I guess. I believe that's the switch anyway to like help with that. I think that's what I heard. I thought that would have been like channel 1 or channel 2 because I believe in Japan they use channel 1 and channel 2 for their systems, but somebody said something like if you switch that, it like it also changes like compatibility or something, but I don't know how true that is. Okay, I think I got it pretty much. I think that's back. Although it looks a little funny. Hang on. Is that right? That might be right. It just looks, you know. Oh yeah, okay. I think this is good. Yeah, I think we're okay here. I think. I'm second guessing myself, sorry. I'm just kind of... It does fit the same on the front and everything. I mean, it feels good. It feels like it's... There's nothing... There's just a slight, like, gap in the plastic in the back there. Ever so slight. So I'm just making sure. The height looks good, though. Yeah, I think this is okay. All right. Sega kid? Okay. Yeah, I knew a couple Sega kids. I was a Nintendo kid because I first started off with the Nintendo, and then we didn't have enough money to get like both consoles. But I do remember with some of my Sega friends seeing a couple games here and there that I was like, oh, what's that? Like Streets of Rage. That one I was definitely curious about growing up. I remember I got to play that. Mosquito. Uh-oh, hang on. He's an evasive little bugger. He got away for the moment. Hang on. Freaking mosquitoes, man. Everything else... Oh, wait. I don't know if I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid now. Hang on. He'll be back. He was just like out of reach. There's a mosquito around. I know, and he's kind of big. He's like he's just kind of like clunking around. He went into the closet there, and I tried to get him, but he's playing hard to get. All right. Anyway, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Where did I leave off in chat? I don't remember what I was saying. Do you have any few SuperGrafx games? Just 2 right now. I have Granzort and Aldinez. I want to get the Macamula. Ghosts and Goblins game, but that one's pricey, so I'm not going to get that one anytime soon. It's like over $100. This is a sweet looking console. Yeah, it's pretty interesting looking, Thomas. It's got its flaws in my opinion, but at the same time, it's got a cool kind of feel to it and whatnot. It's like I feel like very mixed feelings about this console for various reasons. They had an extra CPU in the Super. If you mean Super Nintendo, they had an audio processing unit in there to help alleviate some of the stress for audio processing, if that's what you mean. Oh, in the SuperGrafx, and then it turns... Oh, I see what you guys are talking about. Okay, never mind. Hang on, I'm still catching up. Streets of Rage 2, I have yet to beat that one. I need to do that. Wow, Tinker Toy, the rage against mosquitoes. She knows. My flamethrower. It's in the shop for repairs. Next time. Yo, Kunio-kun? Those are great games. Yeah, the River City Ransom games. I love River City Ransom. Hey, Ice Queen, welcome back. An electric tennis racket. Okay, good call. Good call. I like that. Strider version for SuperGrafx. I don't think so. No, I don't think so at all. I'm pretty sure that's not true. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tinker Toy. Hang on one second. Speaking of Kunio-kun, let me, 1 second. Hang on, my pants are like sitting on me weird. Okay. This is a Famicom version only, as far as I know, only on Famicom, of one of them. This is like, I don't know if this is like before or after River City Ransom, but it just takes place, I guess, in more of an Asian area, whereas River City Ransom is like more urban, more city-like. Yeah, I just wanted to show it real quick. Because I love the Kunio-kun games as well. And so I just thought, you're talking about that, and this is a pretty sweet game, so yeah. I had to show that. Repro cards with the... Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, collecting real Famicom cartridges can be a bit of a pain if you're trying to keep them clean and everything, because taking them apart is quite the task. It's kind of a bit of a scary thing to do. I'm not tightening these up all the way with the drill. I'm going to just get them close and then manually do it. Okay. But yeah, taking apart a Famicom cartridge is like kind of scary because you have to be aggressive with it. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. But I did a stream on it a while ago. There might be a link saved in my video history if you're that curious about it. And I'll probably do it again in the future, actually. Heck, I might even do it after this real quick just to show you how to open one real quick if you're that curious. Nothing too recent, Link? No. Money's been a little tight for me lately, so I'm kind of... My game acquisition rate has been slowed down to some extent. If I get something for a pretty darn good deal here or there, but I'm not collecting at the speed that I used to from what you may remember in the past. Just like I said, different income at this point these days. Yeah, I find that a lot of the cartridges that are like in Japan versus US for retro games, a lot of times the Japanese artwork I find that I prefer more than the US. Not every time, but a lot of the time, which is unfortunate in a way. It's just like missing out. So I'm just very carefully tightening these screws to make sure that I don't over tighten them or anything. And I don't tighten them too tightly. I think this is good. Shame about the logo there, but I'm not too upset about that. Feels good. Yeah, much cleaner. This is definitely ready to go in the console area now that it's all cleaned up. This is a little tab here that goes on the front of the expansion port. Put that back. This clips on right here. Let's see. From your trip several months ago, Devil, you did. I don't know if you have new ones, but you did show me quite a few. Yeah, this thing is very unique looking. The car engine is a good one to call it. Yeah, it's just like, what do we have going on here? It's definitely unique. Let me set this aside real quick and tell you guys what. I'll show you how to open a Famicom game if I can, real quick. I'll just show you how to open it. I'm not going to show you how to clean it though. I don't think, because I don't want to go that far with it. But I need to open it anyway. So let me do that. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. That sounds very typical of an animal. Yeah, let me in. Okay, let me out. Yep. All right, so real quick, just to show you guys. Okay. Your dog is currently farting up your bed. Wow. What are you feeding your dog? All right, so here is, in case anybody doesn't know, this is a Famicom game. What is a Famicom game? In case you don't know, this is what they got in Japan when we got NES, the original Nintendo Entertainment System, the first one to come out in US with the big gray cartridges. Well, this is what they got over there. They usually had cartridges like this. There are some variants, though. Some of them are a little taller like this. Some of them are kind of awkwardly shaped. But usually, this is what you got. Most of the games look like this. They can be all kinds of different colors. There's a problem though. Taking them apart is tricky, and you might think, oh well, where's the screws? First of all, you just open it up, take out the screws. Well, sometimes a manufacturer will make a product and then hide the screws from you in one way or another. Usually hiding the screws involves a sticker of some sort. And so if you're familiar with that idea, you might think, okay, well, under this label here, there are screws. And actually, the Japanese version of Sega Genesis games, Mega Drive games, that is true. There's screws underneath the sticker on the back, and you have to damage the game, or at least the sticker on the back, in order to open it. So you can, definitely forgive anyone who's taken their Famicom game and taken this sticker off, hoping to find screws back here. Unfortunately, you're not going to find any. So then you might think, well, are they on the front and they're under here? No, there's none there either. There are no screws whatsoever holding this game together. It's a set of 4 clips that get pressed down and locked into place, and once they're locked into place, this game is, closed for good, pretty much, unless you know a trick to open them. You can Google this. It's around now. That's how I learned. And you can get yourself one of these. Under the label, why would they do that? I know, that's so awful, but they do. They absolutely do. On all of the Mega Drive games, just about all of them, except for like Wily Wars, go Capcom. Capcom actually did us a favor. Wily Wars actually has screws that you can unscrew and see and take it apart and just do it normally. But pretty much every other Mega Drive game that I've seen, it's underneath the sticker. It's horrible, but I have a way that I get around that. But it's still, yeah. Like an N64 cartridge? This does? Yeah, a little bit. I'd say, yeah, a little bit. So let me see if I can show you guys how to do this. Oh, Bare Knuckle 3? Cool. This, just so you know, might go poorly a little bit. This might not be so... it's not easy to do this. What can happen is when I apply... So I'm going to have to apply pressure, and when you apply pressure, sometimes things can kind of pop or move and stuff, and you'll hear little noises. That's part of the deal. It stinks, but that's the way it goes with these. You don't have to open if it's a pain. Well, Grandfather, thank you. I appreciate you saying that and looking out for me there. But this, I was planning on cleaning this anyway. This one is new to me. It's a very cheap game, fortunately. This is like about a $10 game, and I plan to add it to my collection, and I haven't actually cleaned it yet. Every game that is behind me that I pretty much intend to play has been cleaned, except for like sports games. I usually, because I don't have many sports games, and it's only on Super Nintendo that I have them, because I'm trying to collect all the Super Nintendo games. I'm getting off track. Anyway, I was planning on opening this up anyway. So yeah, don't worry about that. But thank you. I appreciate you saying no need to. I do appreciate that. Ice Queen, thank you. I should be okay without him, hopefully, but get your clip buttons ready. You might have a good laugh. Is that the Famicom version of Dragon Spear? I believe that's the name of it. Yes, I believe so. I believe that's the name, if I remember correctly. This game was released in the United States, so yes, I think that's the one. So let's see if we can do this. This is going to take a little finessing here, and microphone not being in my way. Okay. Let's see, and I got to remember too, it's been a little bit since I've done this. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. I see you're playing Mega Man X. I did not see that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Are you using boss weapons or?
I don't know. Not on him.
Oh, okay. Just goofing off. Okay, cool. Have fun. All right. Yeah, this feels about right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this clamp on in a very specific way. First, I guess I'll point out. Here we go. This clamp, these clamps in general, you'll notice the pressure area because this is a piece of like rubber here. This piece of rubber is not entirely. It doesn't have pressure on it all the way to the very edge. The main pressure is actually in just a fraction of an inch. So you need to go in just a little bit. Otherwise, you're not going to grab where you want. So you'll see in a moment as I try to grab this thing where I actually set it. So I want this here to basically cover the entirety of the side of the cartridge. Then I want this end to be placed very, very specifically. Roughly about you're gonna see me probably like some shenanigans happening, like don't worry, like it might pop out and you fidgeting, like all that. This is all normal. These things are fighters. Probably about here-ish. This looks about good. Okay. Now we're applying pressure. Okay. This is where it gets scary. You see this thing warping and bending? It's like, holy crap, what are you doing to that poor game? Good. Now we release it. Good. This is a good start. Now we go back and do the opposite. We're going to grab the entirety of this side and just pinch it on the other side. Very carefully though. Good. There we go. This is good. This is what we want. Yeah, okay, we're looking good. Careful. Very careful. Okay, let's try that. Got it. Okay, we're not quite done yet, but we are doing very good so far. Carefully. This part kind of sticks sometimes. There's just kind of like, you might hear some cracking and stuff like that sounds, but it's actually okay. It sounds worse than it is every time I've done this so far. This could be the first time though where it's like, oh, you actually broke it. I've never had one break, but it's first time for everything. And this could be it right here. You just want to kind of gently manipulate it. It's probably going to go crack, crack in a moment. There, got it. It sounds so bad when you do that. It's like, oh man, that poor game, but everything's intact. All the little pieces, they're all here. Everything's good. Nothing is broken. The game is open. There you go. Now you can take your PCB out. You can clean it all nice and everything. And then when you go to put it back together, it takes some effort as well. You got to really get in there. But the game is open and you can actually give it a good cleaning. Yeah, and the game looks legitimate. Just checking it for authenticity. This looks good to me. This is an interesting little PCB setup we have here. Sometimes you only get it in the middle there where it kind of holds it, and the rest is kind of down here. I haven't actually seen one where you have the tabs quite like this, so that's cool. It's good stuff. It always hurts me when he opens up Famicom games. I'm not even a gamer, and it hurts my soul. Yeah. Yes, actually, Grandfather makes a very good point. If you open up NES games that from USA, a lot of them look like this or even smaller. It'll be like cut off here, and it'll just be this bottom area here. And then the whole rest of the cartridge is just empty space. A lot of Nintendo games are like that. Yeah, this one was actually better. Tinker Toy is right. Some of them were like really like, but it all depends. You know, it just really depends. This one was actually quite nice to me though, so that was cool. I appreciate that. How do you tell it's real from fake? There's actually a lot of things that you can look at. There's like many things on here that I look at when trying to tell. That's something as well. Yeah, you can look for little logos and things. There's tons of giveaways though, so it's pretty tricky. Like when people want to actually like replicate this as a fake, takes quite the amount of effort. And usually there's a giveaway somewhere along the way because it's just too hard to actually replicate everything. I believe that was Gyromite that had it. I believe Gyromite. I think it was Gyromite. So I'm going to leave this open and clean it later. I want to open... I have another one. I might as well just do it real quick. This was the first time I wasn't convinced you'd broken it. This was the first time I wasn't convinced you'd broken it. Or was... Don't you mean was convinced I had broken it? Or was... Oh, wait. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Never mind. Okay, it just took me a second. I was like, what is she? Okay. My brain kind of read that weird. Some gyromites, but all stack ups? Oh, okay. Alright, let's see how this one goes. We'll try this one. You know, I was curious if this game was inspired by the Dirty Pair, which then became, I think, like, something else, maybe? Then becoming Battlemania? And I guess it was mentioned that, yeah, this was inspired by that to some extent. The Famicom Disk System game. I thought that was kind of cool. Always so sure you broke them. This one I didn't. Okay. Alright. Has a Rob? Oh, cool. I have a little Rob as well. He sits on the couch when I play retro games, but he's usually just off camera. But he's around. Let's see here. Yeah, I like that he holds the business cards. That's good stuff. Alright, let's see here. Now, hopefully this one will be nice too, but every game is different. That is... Anytime I open these up, it's like each one is kind of a little different of an experience. Some are pretty easy, and some just really fight me. This one's a little awkward. I don't know if this is going to take right away. Oh, good. Okay. That's a good sound. Okay. Alright, get the other side here. Come on. There we go. Alright. Ooh, that was lucky. Every now and again you apply enough pressure and it just does it on its own. That's rare. I love when that happens. I'd say that's maybe like a 1 in 10 chance that happens per cartridge that I've done so far, where it just pops open on its own. I love that though. Cool. Good. Bit of Rolling Thunder? Oh, okay. Yeah, this one I think is Japanese only. And it is a good color. It's dirty though, unfortunately, but I'm glad I got it for stupid cheap. So that's good. Yeah, because it is dirty. It's like, dang. So I'll see about cleaning it up, but yeah, it's unfortunate, but like I said, it was ridiculously cheap. Easy now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. That always sounds so much worse than it seems to be every time. It's just like, oh man. Let's see. little different. Looks pretty okay though. Cool. Little on the dusty side on the inside. This thing must have been sitting like awkwardly like this, I guess, to get dust on the inside of the PCB that far. Alright, well, that's interesting. Cool. That one wasn't too bad though either. I'm happy about that. That's good. Sometimes you get this like right here where it's that was a hair in there too. Man, this thing was just somebody must have left it on their shelf upside down. Dang. But yeah, sometimes you'll get them put into place like this where it's got the little thing in the middle. May have. Fortunately, it doesn't smell like it. Doesn't smell like it at all, so that's nice. Yeah. I don't like when I get something that smells like cigarettes. That's not cool. Yeah, it's like each of these are just a little different from each other. Yeah, somebody left this upside down. You can see like dust kind of gathered up in some of the corners and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Honestly, this game doesn't look like fantastic, but it looks playable. And like I said, I got it for so cheap, so I was pretty happy about that. Something that I definitely want to play in the future, at some point. Anyway, I wanted to have a bit of a shorter stream tonight. So I'm gonna actually call it here. I'm sorry there was no gameplay tonight. I wanted there to be, but I'm just tired. Overall, like I'm just very tired, and I had kind of a long day. So I thought, maybe I should just have a little bit of a shorter stream today. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, thanks for keeping me company while I get the SuperGrafx ready, and then let me show you this. So we'll clean these at some point. Anyway, you guys enjoy your weekend, please, and take care of yourselves, and good luck to you on whatever it is you're doing in life. And I'll probably be on sometime tomorrow. So you all take care of yourselves, and thanks for all the love. Be good, and I'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody.